Hey guys, Collar here, bringing you Game 3 of the 2001 OSL Finals between Boxer and Garimto. And the series is tied 1-1 so far. In the last game, we saw Boxer holding off a 2-gateway rush from Garimto with really excellent micro. Actually, Garimto went for a 2-gateway Zealot rush plus a photon cannon rush after he entered Boxer's base. And Boxer held it off with basically his SCVs and 1 or 2 vultures, really using his SCVs to maximum advantage by blocking the Zealots from attacking his vulture, and then using the SCVs to kill the photon cannons just as they were warping in. Without those SCVs, I feel that those cannons would have warped in and done a lot more damage to Boxer's forces, but Boxer managed to hold off the rush perfectly and then counterattack and defeat Garimto quite handily. Although at the end of the game, Garimto actually hit a proxy gateway right next to Boxer's base and slipped a DT into Boxer's base when Boxer was actually kind of unprepared. So Garimto just throwing everything at Boxer in the last game, but unable to manage to beat him in the early game. So we'll see how Boxer and Garimto adjust in this map. This map is called Silent Vortex. It's a 4-player map with spawns in the corners, and we have here Boxer spawning in blue at the 7 o'clock position and Garimto spawning in teal at the 1 o'clock position. This map has main bases on plateaus that have a ramp leading to a natural expansion, and unlike a lot of these old maps, the natural expansion is fairly easy to hold on this map. It has only one choke point, which is another ramp leading to the central area, and the central area is a very large plain that's made of ice, an ice plain I guess, with 2 small expansions in the middle on top of ramps, but it really has a very large area to fight over, and so I'll expect mobility to be really important on this map. So we'll see if Boxer or Garimto decide to go for air here in terms of dropships or shuttles. And I'm not expecting a rush on this map though, because it is fairly large and there are 4 spawn locations. Garimto last game going for that proxy gateway rush, I really thought it was going to work, because when he got 3 Zealots into Boxer's base, Boxer only had 2 Marines and he was barely finished with his factory. He wasn't finished with his factory, but he managed to hold it off anyway with his first vulture taking out 3 or 4 Zealots and just able to hold back this really tough rush. And we see Boxer there, actually he has this little action figure on his table. I think it might be a action figure of a Marine, a Terran Marine. That's pretty cool actually. And he's building supply depot behind his mineral lines. And it seems like Garimto is actually going for another gateway that's below his ramp here. It's not really a proxy gateway this time, not as close as last time, but it is certainly closer than if he built it in his base, and it also is certainly riskier than if he built it within his main, because that gateway will be vulnerable to attack much easier and without the defense of the ramp. And it seems like Garimto is getting his gas this time, so he's not going for a Zealot rush here. It looks like he's going to go fast tech or go for mass dragoons early on. And Garimto's scouted at the 11 o'clock position, but Boxer isn't there. We'll see if Garimto decides to go for a Zealot or not. It seems that given the position, he will go for at least 1 Zealot. Boxer is getting his gas also, and his barracks is almost complete. So I'll be expecting Boxer to go for factory as usual. And we see Garimto scouting it with another unit, I think, another probe, going for the 5 o'clock position. And I feel like this kind of map, really, I think it gives an advantage to Protoss, because Protoss really has a mobility advantage and can really flank any siege tanks that Terran puts up in the middle. Terran really has to push the fight up to the Protoss's base to siege up safely and prevent the Protoss from moving out. Otherwise, in the center, it's really difficult. And Garimto putting a hidden pylon at the 5 o'clock, at the 11 o'clock expansion. He's gonna hide some tech there, I feel, or possibly a gateway there from any scouting. A Citadel of a Dune being hidden there, so Garimto is gonna go for some hidden tech here. Looks like he's gonna go for hidden Templar archive and perhaps go for a Dark Templar rush, which Boxer probably won't be able to scout. I don't think, even if he scouted the 11 o'clock position looking for Garimto's base, he's probably not going to see that in the corner of the base. He's just going to look for a nexus, and when he doesn't see it, he's going to leave. Now, Boxer getting his factory up, so this rush is quite adventurous once again for Garimto. Garimto loves to put up these hidden buildings. In the last game, he managed to put up a hidden gateway in the corner of Boxer's expansion, even when he was completely behind. He almost managed to do some good damage to Boxer with his DT. And it looks like Garimto just building a pylon pylon. He's building a Dragoon, and possibly going to prevent scouting from Boxer in order to make this DT rush successful. I think that Boxer is going to suspect something, though. He's going to see the lack of any technology in Garimto's base and the lack of an expansion. He's going to realize that those resources are going somewhere if he manages to get a good scout in and see everything that Garimto has. And Garimto has allowed Boxer's SCV into his base, and I feel like that's a mistake, because Boxer is going to see the lack of tech, and Boxer, being an excellent player, can probably calculate that something is amiss here. And Garimto is now shooting this SCV, but it's a little too late. Boxer's going to have scouted the entire base and probably realizes there's some kind of hidden tech or hidden perhaps robotics facility somewhere in the map. And I'm not sure what's being attacked here. I can only hear. I'm looking at the crowd right now. Looks like a pylon going down at the natural expansion, and Garimto thinking about getting his natural expansion now. Boxer's floating his barracks out, actually going for the 5 o'clock base, so perhaps he suspects something, and Boxer actually is getting an engineering bay up fairly early, so he definitely suspects something, either a drop or DTs, and he's going to be quite prepared if he gets a missile turret at the ramp of his main, and looks like he is going to get a missile turret, and he's going to be well prepared for this rush. I don't think it's going to succeed at all now, because he does suspect it. Somehow Boxer's boxer sense, his spider sense, has awoken, and he realizes there's something amiss in his base, and he decides to put up a missile turret just to be safe. And the first DT out for Garimto now, but, well, it's all going to be whether he can get up the ramp. And actually, Boxer, I think, has moved his troops. No, his troops are on his ramp to his main, and he's going to be quite safe here. It's actually on the ramp leading to his expansion, but it will protect his main also. There's only one ramp leading to expansion, and that's the only entrance to the main also. And Garimto actually getting his expansion at a hidden position at the 11 o'clock position. Now the DT is under fire. The DT gets killed by the tanks quite easily, and Boxer will know that Garimto is a little bit behind here because he decided to go for Templar attack rather than going for a robotics facility or going for more ground units. And Boxer might take an advantage here and decide to go for an attack here. If he gets scanned, actually, he will need something to deal with the Dark Templar while they're in the field, though, because otherwise Boxer will not be able to move out safely. And looks like another DT going up. I don't think this DT is going to do much. Once again, there's a bunch of units around that engineering bay, around that missile turret, and it looks like probes moving across the ice to go to the expansion at the 11 o'clock position. So Garimto hiding a lot of stuff in this map, and that does have its benefits, but at the same time, it makes it harder to defend what you have at your proxy location or your hidden location, because Boxer will be able to attack at 2 fronts now instead of just 1, and Garimto has just made it much harder to defend his expansion than if you put it in his natural expansion position. It'll be all up to Boxer to scout this, and it looks like Boxer did have an engineering bay floating northward. Actually, he's going to expand here at his natural expansion right now, so I'm not sure if he's seen Garimto's 11 o'clock base there, but looks like, yeah, Garimto just has his Templar archives there. I wonder if he's going to switch to High Templar, although I don't think he has enough resources for that just yet off of 1 base. He really needs to get his expansion running for a while to be able to afford some High Templar, and he also needs to just get more ground troops. Looks like he's putting up a gateway at the ramp leading to the 11 o'clock base, and that's going to create a little bit of a choke point with that Dragoon there. That's actually a really excellent positioning, because it's going to prevent vultures from rushing up the ramp should they discover that base is there. And it looks like the Dark Templar actually standing on the ramp very cleverly. I think it's going to be able to prevent tanks from moving out. I don't think it's going to be able to prevent vultures, though. And looks like now Garimto has his robotics facility and his observatory. And Boxer, I felt like, should have attacked a few minutes ago. Seeing that Garimto was behind, I feel that Boxer was a little slow. I think he could have gone for an academy and gone for a comsat and been able to move out. But I think Boxer may be just trying to play it safe. He's building another missile turret at the front here just to detect that DT. I think he knows that DT is there. And now his vultures are moving out. They're just going to ignore that DT. The vultures have speed upgrade. I'm not sure if they have mines yet. Mines would be able to deal with the DT threat quite easily. And it looks like about 5 or 6 Dragoons here at the front for Garimto. But this choke point is quite excellently constructed for Garimto. I don't think these vultures are going to get up at all unless they have mines. Are able to kill that Dragoon off with mines. It looks like, no, they don't have mines. It seems like they're just attacking it straight off. And Garimto putting a forge there. Actually, Boxer does have mines. And it looks like the mine's going to take that Dragoon out. But looks like Garimto has placed that forge perfectly, preventing the vultures from getting in. They're stuck here at this choke point now, and they have to kill one of these buildings to do it.